But when I move, it's all yours.
Great. Go
Okay.
for it. Okay.
You know, I'm not really sure. I would love if you could tell me more
Okay.
on your end, what you know, because
Those all sound like decent ideas. The sweating it out, you don't necessarily want to eat some sugar and then go have a crazy strenuous effort
yeah.
necessarily.
Okay.
But there is some topics on fasting that I would love to talk to you about if
Okay.
you'd be interested. There's a
Yeah.
lot of science in that right now.
Okay.
Periodized eating, and it's a whole other world of information
Yeah.
that I know a decent amount. But if you're interested, we
I
can
would love
discuss
to,
it.
yeah.
Okay, I'll make note of that as well. A question I have for you then to kind of start to wrap this up is
Mhm.
what was the biggest takeaway that you got from this, or what was the importance of you coming to this meeting?
Yeah. First of all, I had no idea that there's 56 sugars. That just like blew my mind.
Yeah.
I didn't know that all the sugars had OSE at the end. I'm definitely gonna look at my nutrition facts better.
With the suffix,
Yeah.
just think fructose, galactose,
Yeah.
sucrose,
Okay.
anything you see with
Ose.
ose is a sugar.
OS, yeah. I'm really interested to hear about the fasting. My mom actually called me. Growing up, she was always kind of on a diet, and so I think all of us girls were kind of. I have 3 sisters, and we kind of always sort of ate kind of healthy. But I think that my parents have gotten better at eating healthy, knowing that the diet thing doesn't, eating healthy and eating the right things are better than the diet thing.
Yeah.
But she was asking me what I knew about fasting
Okay.
and intermediate.
I've-
Yeah, so I would love to hear more about that and
I've
take
got
the rest of the time up with that.
I have some great resources for
Okay.
you that I could email you, and you could start to look into it on your own.
Okay.
That's very approachable level as well.
Okay.
Dr. Jason Fung, he's one of the guys that I follow, and everything that I've learned about fasting has been
Yeah.
through him,
Okay.
and stuff that I've done on my own based on the things that he suggested,
Cool.
and I've had some great results with it. So, very cool.
Great.
Any other questions on things that you learned? Or things-
I know, I really did learn a lot. I think for myself, I kind of like, I could cut down on probably the wine.
We'll start slow.
So,
if it's important to you, start slow.
and I kind of didn't know that Gatorade had, it was one of the lowest, or it was the lowest compared to milk, correct?
Well, the wine had less,
The wine had less.
but Gatorade was definitely less than the milk
Yeah.
and the Coke.
Yeah, I think that that whole assignment was really interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
So,
If you do drink Gatorade when you're doing your workouts and your
Yeah,
efforts, there's some recipes that you can make your own electrolyte
Okay.
drinks,
yeah,
electrolyte carb drinks that, since you know what you're putting into it,
Yeah.
rather than turning it around and looking at this ingredient list and like not knowing anything and being overwhelmed and just saying, screw it, drinking it, stuff you can make on your own, put in
Okay.
your bottles, on your bike,
what
or
about pickle juice?
pickle juice is great on its on its own thing
Okay.
for cramping. For
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure what else
Okay,
in pickle
okay.
juice, but we use it a lot in cycling.
Yeah,
And funny enough, like my friend Brent just brought a flask on that 130-mile
Yeah.
ride, and I looked at him like he was crazy when he
Right.
pulled it out, and he's just like, "It's pickle juice, dude." It's like, cool, pickle juice in your flask, amazing. So just the visual was
Got
awesome.
you, got you.
Yeah. So okay, but yeah, let's. We're running short on time here.
okay.
Shouldn't say that.
But I would love to do, another meeting with you because there's still a lot of questions. There's going to be for sure a lot of takeaway, and there's going to be questions that are going to come up for me regarding. So I'd love to be able to have the opportunity to meet with you again
Okay.
to discuss
great.
some of these questions.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's part of my wrap up
Okay.
thing. But we do have emails, and
Okay.
so that's how we conversed earlier.
Yep.
I will definitely get in touch with you with some follow ups on
Okay.
the questions that you already had. But what else we got? I do have I do have this feedback form that I would love for you to fill out if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, you bet.
Being that you're the only one here, it's not going to be anonymous because
Yes.
it's the only one.
Okay.
So I have that for you right here.
Okay.
And if you could fill that out, normally I have the group put it in that accordion folder by the door, so I don't know who put what where,
Yep.
X, Y, and Z. It's anonymous, whatever. But it's pretty simple.
Okay.
Do
Do you want? I can fill this out after when we're done. I can
Yeah,
fill this
when
out.
we're
Okay.
done.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. And I just want to really thank you for coming out. I
Yes.
appreciate your focus. I appreciate your questions, because even the ones that I don't know, that's good for me. That'll
Mhm.
help further in the future, much like the feedback form. I know where I need to grow, learn, this, that, the other.
Yep.
So that's all beautiful. And again, this is in training as a reminder.
Mhm.
So the more I know, the better on down the road for you, for your continued customer, for the next people down the
Yeah.
road as well. And yeah, I just, thanks for staying focused
Yeah.
and interested.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I look forward to the emails and to hear a little bit more about fasting and
Yes.
and then I'll fill out the form and then of course we'll be in contact via email with
Okay.
any other questions I have and to set up a follow-up.
Okay, and great. And I do, just so you do know, I do offer an introductory rate for follow-up meetings to these group meetings.
Okay,
It's usually 10% off
Okay.
my normal rate.
great.
And we can just establish that once we figure out a time, schedule,
Okay.
and all that.
Okay,
Awesome.
great. Thanks, Lee.
Thanks so much, Annette.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.